Hello, my name is SilverDarkPhoenix and this is my book opening of Soul Eater Soul Art. This is the first art book of Soul Eater. The second one is for pre-order. I don't know if it actually is out in America or in Japan at this point, but the second one is based on the second series of Soul Eater. This is based on the first series of Soul Eater. I'm going to try to pronounce his name, but forgive me if I don't know how to say his name. Atsuhi Okhubo. I hope that's a good reference to his name, because I have terrible accent skills when it comes to people's names, especially Japanese names. So forgive me if that was wrong. But in the front you have this plastic sleeve, which I like to see, this plastic sleeve to protect the art book itself from the wear and tear that you can get in transit, as well as from being on your bookshelf. So yeah, this big huge Soul Eater writing across here, as well as yellow here, as well as his name here, doesn't appear on the front of the book. It actually just happens to be this huge image that you see here, which I think is kind of a nice touch to making an art book. I wish I would see this more on other art books, but I think this costs a bit of money to do this, especially in publishing. So this is the front with the sleeve on. On the sides you have the Soul Eater Soul Art written on the side, as well as the brand down here. It's Yen Press. On the top, Atsuhi Okhubo written on here. On the back, I think this is a beautiful touch, is that this here is kind of inked into the sleeve itself, the plastic sleeve. I will show this once I've opened it up. You get the death symbol right here. You have Soul Eater Soul Art written in black, and you have the barcode as well as the press and publication. I have seen just recently how expensive this book is, which kind of threw me, because I only I think it was a couple of months ago, even last year, this book was going for like only €30 or £30 here and there. Now it's jumped up to 180 for some odd reason. I think it's because they're not publishing these books again, or some people have noticed them. I'm not too sure. So I'm going to take the sleeve off and show you the sleeve as what I meant. So yeah, this was the back with the writing. Is actually the black writing on the back has disappeared, as well as the white. You can see that this is all plastic. It's got inked on the back here. What's her name? Maki. Oh God, Soul Eater, and I'll remember her name. I will remember her name, because I haven't seen the anime that recent. And when I actually did do a box open, I opened one of my boxes to see what was inside it, because I'm always looking for something like a battery charger or something. I realized that I found this book to do a book opening. So yeah, I'll remember her name in a second. No, it wasn't. That's Black Star. Oh God, I'll remember it in a minute. I'm beating myself up for it in a second. But anyway. So yeah, this is the back. This is the side, which is the black writing that you can see here. You also see the yellow, like I pointed out, with the names as well as things in yellow. So that's just the sleeve itself. This is the back of the book. It says Soul Eater Soul Art. This actually is another sleeve. So you can take this sleeve off to a point, I think. So you can take this sleeve off as well, and it becomes another with a death symbol printed. I don't think this shows up very well because it's such a shiny book, but I think the camera is picking up well enough. Look, the death symbol like here, and Soul Eater written here, that's underneath another sleeve to protect the book, which I think is a good idea. I would like to see this more protection on art books, because when books get into transit and stuff, it's just terrible to find the book with an ear that's been bashed, or some dirt's been smudged all over the front. And on the side, that's on the side, and the front is a beautiful image. I know her name. It's on the tip of my tongue. I should really look into these things before I actually do the videoing, but I try not to. But I'm going to do something right now. I'm going to try to figure out her name. I'm so terrible at this. I'm sorry. I'm probably I'm going to pause the video here and try to find her name out in my head. So, 1 second. So yeah, I actually had to look up because this was going to drive me crazy. Her name is Maca, which is kind of strange because maca is kind of a plant that people drink. It's kind of strange, but yeah, maca. That's Soul Eater, and this is Death's Mask up here. So it's kind of strange. She wears this kind of suit-like dress thing here that goes all the way down. Also, you have his name as well as the illustration of Soul Eater Soul Art. You have the book opening here. It's quite a long book. The death mask here in black and white. But I would like to have seen, instead of just this plain kind of covering underneath, I would have preferred to see this actual artwork of Maca in the book itself. Because if this gets ruined or if it gets damaged, it's not meant to because you've got that plastic cover on top, but if you do, you lose this beautiful artwork in the front cover. I would have liked to have seen this on the other side of the sleeve. So yeah, I just looked up on some of their names. It was driving me crazy, so I had to remember their names. Feel the art with your soul. So this is the artwork that you find from the manga books, the anime books. This is not from the actual show. This is mostly from the anime books. So yeah, if I can remember their names, this is Maca. Where's Cora? I don't know all their names. There's Black Star, there's Soul Eater, there's Tsubaki, there's, I think it was Liz and Patty. I think that's their names. I don't remember all of their names. I looked up just briefly because it was driving me crazy about Maca's name, and I haven't seen this anime for a while. So yeah, this is the art book. This is quite thick print paper, so it kind of feels like it's worth it. Although the middle is threaded. I don't like that because the thread can become unstitched, or in most cases when the spine gets broken, the pages might fall out. So you have to be careful about how you handle this book. This is a quite big book. So yeah, this is Liz and Patty with Death the Kid, Black Star with Tsubaki and Soul Eater and Maca, and this is Blair, the cat, magical cat, and her pumpkins. So yeah, this is all prints that you'd find in the actual books. This is a beautiful thing. The worst thing I think at this moment is that this book costs so much money. I think some people are selling it for like £180 at this moment. I think that's kind of ridiculous. Although Gravity Falls, the Journal 3, I think it is, the limited edition version, that's like €130 right now. So it's quite expensive. Trying to keep it all in focus, kind of keep it all in the shot. I mean, individually these are little artworks. You could probably put these in frames, or if you want to buy, if you had bought two of these books, because when I bought this it was like €30 at the time. You could probably buy two of them and frame some of these pictures in poster frames, because some of them are exactly very well done. Problem is, if you put these in frames, you wouldn't see the other side. You have to buy 3 books, one to show one side and to show the other in frame, and then you would have to buy another book just to keep it on the bookshelf, but that's a bit extreme. But I wouldn't be surprised if some people would do that, because this is a beautiful book. So this is from the this is from the book themselves. This is the front cover of the books. So yeah, these are the front pages, the front covering of the book for each one. And these are so thick, the pages are so thick. Oh, Excalibur. I remember him because he's so goddamn annoying. And the pages are so thick, it actually does feel like 2 pages you're turning at the same time. I'll measure the book at the end to see how actually big it is and how big you need to be able to display this on a bookshelf. Strange thing is, it shows the main characters but not the Kishins, which is, I think, is kind of strange that they should have tried to at least show the Kishin. I mean, the Kishin is not really shown that much in these artworks. It's mostly the main characters. That's the front cover. And these are some of the pages from the anime book. I don't know if the anime comes in color or these are specially colored just for this. Okay, there has to be 2 pages of that one, there you go. Okay, Edward. That's a bit weird. From Full Metal Alchemist. There's the Kishin. I think that's the Kishin there. Strange enough, the Kishin doesn't appear that much in this book. I don't know what this anime series is from because I never really got into it at this point. But I have watched Soul Eater afterwards. I'm sure I've drawn a lot, haven't I? I'm never truly satisfied with any of my art. That's just an artist thing. But it feels good to see so much of it collected into one book. Sorry I didn't have anything better to say. It's just my honest opinion. So yeah, well, actually there was something else there. This is the index pages, which I think most art books should have. These index pages, more books, especially art books, need to have these because then you can tell what artwork or what page the artwork is on. So yeah, this was my book opening of Soul Eater Soul Art. So yeah, this is the measurement of the book itself. It's about 30 centimeters long So you can double that when its book is actually open, and it is 21 centimeters tall. So if you had this on a bookshelf, you would have to have it in a kind of wide display, or if you had to show it, you would show it like this. You wouldn't show it like this on your bookshelf. You would actually show it like this. I showed it like this for many years on my bookshelf. Strangely enough, I never really opened it that much because I was always concerned about the spine as well as the cloth, the sewing method. Because I always, in the past, when I had that, when other artworks that I've had, other art books, when it had that kind of method of sewing the pages together, they always end up coming apart, or they end up ripping or something. I'm not very fond of that kind of method of book binding. So yeah, yet again, this is my book opening of Soul Eater, Soul Art. My name is SilverDarkPhoenix, and I'll see you next time.